What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Tuesday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, and we are back after somewhat of a disappointing night. We took a shot at Ohio State National Championship. Congratulations to the Buckeyes and the Buckeye fans out there. You've won. I guess there's some debate. Was that your 7th national championship or your 9th national championship? Nebraska's got that argument. Alabama's got that argument. A lot of these schools tend to count championships that don't actually get acknowledged, but regardless, you guys have won the college football playoff. You went through a juggernaut, very impressive run for Ryan Day following the loss to Michigan, but man, that alumni field goal. If Will Howard had simply done the play clock right and taken the game and done the play clock game right, they never would have had to kick that field goal. They would have run the game out. We got lost by 10 seconds, basically. They just had taken 10 more seconds on the first and second downs. We would have been fine. And the game would have fallen 8. They would have taken a knee, and they would have won the game, and we would not have had that last second field goal, which ultimately cost us the night. Plus 1.5 units on the national championship. That gets given back with Notre Dame plus 8.5. We took that free shot. We missed on it. First half under. Kind of annoying considering the first half was the higher scoring of the two halves. But, well, I guess, is that true? No, because Notre Dame scored a bunch in the second half, so I guess that's not true. But it was 21-7, right? 28 points got scored in the first half, so we missed that. So 1 and 2 down 1.1 units. So we start the day off, or the week off, on a losing note. Not that big of a deal. It's all good and fine. We're still up for the month of January. We move on here for us today. Now, I've got 2 bets for you guys. I'll give you my first college basketball bet, and I've got a hockey play that I like. But I'll give you 2 more plays coming up later on today when Terrell Furman and I move our college basketball live stream to tonight, 5:30 Eastern Time, 2:30 Pacific Time on the BettingPros YouTube channel. I'll give you 2 more plays. We got a bunch of good games to get into and break down coming up tonight. I'm super excited. Talk about top 10, top 25 matchups here for this game, for this day today. We've got, Central Florida at Iowa State after their loss on the road to West Virginia. We have Arizona State at West Virginia, which is really going to be interesting. Missouri's at Texas. Interesting game. We've got a home game. What I'm going to be watching, Creighton is at DePaul after their big win over UConn. What do they look like in their next game? So, got a lot. Mississippi State's at Tennessee. Game of the night, arguably. Butler's at UConn. How do they bounce back? So, we got a bunch of games to break down, a bunch of good games to talk about. Terrell Furman and I coming up tonight for you at 5:30 Pacific Time, 5:30 Eastern Time, 2:30 Pacific Time on the Betting Pros YouTube channel for our college basketball live stream, and it will be on Tuesday every single week. Also, myself and Joey P have got you for a show that I don't know what we're calling it. It's changed like 8 times. But that show will be on noon live on the Betting Pros YouTube channel. Joey P and I will host a breakdown of the college and pro football weekends. We'll recap the national championship game together and preview the AFC and NFC championship games from a line perspective, look at some player props and other things that we like in the sports world, coming at you at noon Eastern Time, 9 Pacific Time, again on the Betting Pros YouTube channel. So, as you're listening or watching to the Daily Juice on your way to work, know that at noon Eastern, I'm on with Joey P. Then at 5:30 Eastern, I'm on with Terrell Furman. Tuesdays are like the day of Matt. You're going to get a lot of me here on the Betting Pros YouTube channel. 3 videos in one day for me on the Betting Pros YouTube channel. So a lot of work, a lot of games, a lot of talks, a lot of bets. First 2 plays of the day will be given out here momentarily. But first and foremost, let's talk about our friends at Bet365. Have you guys gone and downloaded it yet? Special offer for Daily Juice listeners. Turn $5 into $150 of bonus bets when you join Bet365. To claim the offer, go to bettingpros.com/365 and deposit at least $10. If you place a bet of at least $5, you will earn $150 in bonus bets. Again, that's bettingpros.com/365. 21 plus only, must be present in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, or Virginia. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-BETS-OFF if you live in Iowa. Terms and conditions do apply. Okay, my first college basketball bet of the night. If I miss this, I'm just going to stop it because Indiana State is at Illinois State. On the road this year, Indiana State is 10-1 to the over. The only game on the road that Indiana State did not go over was against Evansville, where it went under by 23 points. It was a 151 total. Guess what happened in that game? I was on the over in that game. 10-0 in every other game for Indiana State to the over on the road. But the one game I bet. Now, last time out at home against Drake, the game went under. They got smoked. Indiana State did 71-53 by Drake. But the last 3 games, including 2 at home for the Illinois State Redbirds, have gone over. Against Missouri State, it went over by 10 points. It was 132. At home against Northern Iowa, it was 137. The game went over by 32 points. KenPom has this as a 162 final. FanDuel has the total set at 153.5. I'm looking around for injuries. It doesn't say any injuries. Both these teams are 5-3 to the over in the Missouri Valley Conference. Indiana State is 13-4 to the over. Illinois State is 10-6-2 to the over, but they're 4-4-1 at home. Okay, that's not great, but the last 3 games in overall and last 2 home games have gone over. You look at pace of play, Indiana State has a top 10 adjusted tempo in college basketball. Now, Illinois State doesn't. They go much slower. But in terms of offense, you have the 15th best effective field goal shooting team in college basketball in Illinois State, 14th in three-point shooting for Illinois State, 57th in two-point shooting for Indiana State, and Indiana State's defense is atrocious. They're 294th in a defensive efficiency. They're 319th in effective field goal percentage. If you want to lay the 7.5 with Illinois State, I don't mind it, but Indiana State can score. Indiana State is 12th in two-point percentage. They're 52nd in effective field goal percentage. Take good shots, and they hit the shots. They go up-tempo. Their average possession length is tiny. 15.6 is 22nd in college basketball. They play fast. 7th in adjusted tempo, like I mentioned, in college basketball. Illinois State doesn't, but they play, their defense isn't very good. Illinois State is 261st in offensive adjusted efficiency. In defensive adjusted efficiency. They're 303rd in defensive effective field goal percentage. They're 266th in three-point defense, and they're 289th in two-point defense. These teams don't play defense. One team plays fast, which should dictate tempo. Illinois State's really effective and good with the ball. They score a lot. KenPom has this as a 8-point win for Illinois State. I don't mind it. I'm just going to bet the over rather than play around with the side. Bet the over 153.5 for 1.1 units. Indiana State at Illinois State. If we lose this, I'm done betting Indiana State, and that's it. All right. Those are our one college basketball play. I will give you 2 more college basketball plays at least coming up on the live stream with Terrell Furman and myself at 5:30 Eastern on the BettingPros YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. At least 2 more. Terrell will have two at least for himself as well, but I'll have 2 more bets for us for college basketball. The other bet here for the Daily Juice officially, we'll have 4 going for today. Let's talk hockey. Hurricane Stars. Total is 6. This number, I'm afraid this number probably will be 5.5 when you guys get up, but hopefully it's going to stay at 6, and you guys can just shop around in 5 or 6 in the market. Right now, there's a bunch of 6s out there. There are 6s here at the Superbook. There are 6s at Circa. There are 6s at, let's see where else, 6s at Caesars. There's a bunch of 6s in the market. But hopefully, ESPN bets at 5.5, and hopefully we don't see too much of a drop. Why? Numbers are wild. So for the Dallas Stars, they are 7-1-1 to the under at home over their last 9 games. Overall at home this year, Dallas is 15-6-3 to the under. On the other side, last 10 games for the Carolina Hurricanes, they are 5-4-1 on the road for them. 10, 11, and 12 straight up for Carolina on the road. It's not great. Dallas is 17-6-1 at home. They're really good. It looks like we're getting Anderson against Ottinger, but we don't know exactly with that. But Anderson's got a 1.49 goals against average. Ottinger's got a 2.26 goals against average. While he's been somewhat inconsistent, at home he has a 2.08 goals against average, and he's 5-0. 5-0-1, actually, for Jake Ottinger. He's been tremendous at home. For Anderson, he equally has been really good. He's 4-1 with a 1.49 goals against average. And on the road, he's 3-0 with a 1.30 goals against average. Now, he may not start, but he's projected to start. If we get the starting goaltenders, it's fine. I mean, both teams have 4 very good goaltenders. Even Casey DeSmith's having a good year coming up here for the Dallas Stars. But the first matchup between these two teams was a 6-4 win for the Hurricanes. That was in November. These teams are playing much different hockey as of right now. Last 5 games for the Stars, 4-1, 6-3, 3-1, 4-1, 3-2. Only one game went over 6 in the last 5. For the Stars, for the Hurricanes, 3-2, 4-2, 3-2, 2-0, 6-3. So they're 3-1-1 to the under 6 over their last 5 games. But again, on the road, they're playing under games. But really at home is where the Stars are starting to flex their muscle and play much better hockey and play much better defensive hockey. They're still banged up. They're still not 100% healthy. Once the Stars get back, you guys know how I feel about, where we are with the Stars, but, they obviously need to get a couple guys back healthy. But when they get healthy, they should be really, really good. I still like them to win the Stanley Cup. They were my pick in the preseason. They're still my pick now. They're 29-16-1 overall. But for tonight, we're going to go under 6 for 1.1 units here between Dallas and Carolina. Shop around. You may need to pay a little juice for that, maybe 120, 115 for the 6 as the books start to adjust here. But I think you can find a 6 in the market. I want 6 because of the push potential. I don't love the under 5.5, although you might be able to get it. I don't love it. Play 6, not 5.5 here. If you got to pay the juice for it. But Dallas, Carolina under 6 for 1.1 units. So 2 bets for us, and then 2 more coming on the live stream at 5:30 Eastern. Illinois State hosting Indiana State over 153.5, and then Dallas and Carolina under 6 in the NHL. Both those bets to win 1 unit. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. I will talk to you on the live stream and 2 noon Eastern, 5:30 Eastern on the BettingPros YouTube channel every single morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It's the Daily Juice.